They may be few in numbers, but their place in Poland is rich and filled with history. They're Polish Tatars and they are Muslim. Here at the 18th century mosque near the Polish border with Belarus, this imam leads the prayer. The mosque is a symbol of pride for the country's estimated 6,000 ethnic Tatars.
Our community's lived here for 600 years and 300 years here in Kruszyniany. My blood is mixed with Polish blood because the first Tatars to come here were soldiers, young people who married young Polish women and created families. For us Tatars, it's a somewhat unique situation here.
Long seen as a model of assimilation, today some in the Tatar community are worried that Europe's refugee crisis will rock the foundations of an integration that dates back centuries. Janeta Bogdanovich runs this restaurant which serves traditional Tatar cuisine. Normally very open, she is somewhat reluctant to talk to us, reluctant to bring attention to people she says are proud to be Polish.
The Tatars quickly assimilated into the local population. They adapted to the way of life here, but also to the dominant religion. We're Muslim. We go to the mosque. We still go. It's never bothered anyone, because it's our business, and we've never displayed this.
In Poland, like throughout the European Union, the refugee crisis has ignited a heated debate as to how many refugees each EU member should take in. Although there were demonstrations both for and against, recent opinion polls show 2/3 of Poles don't want refugees or immigrants. It's an opinion voiced even stronger in countries such as Hungary, the Czech Republic and Slovakia. But why Poland? A country which is now the EU's 6th biggest economy, and more importantly, the birthplace of Solidarność, or solidarity. Konstantin Gebert is a journalist and former member of Solidarność. He's also an active member of Poland's small Jewish community. He's critical of Poland's lack of Solidarność towards refugees, but he also says the EU needs to understand a certain feeling of betrayal felt by Central Europe.
All of our countries quite legitimately believe that we had been betrayed at the end of the war, that we were suffering for the peace and quiet of others, and that those others owed us. And this was true in, say, the mid-80s. But now it's definitely not. The others had, yes, they had extended a lot of help to us, and now we have a debt to repay, and you repay that debt by helping others. But this simply has not seeped in. The average citizen of Poland or Hungary doesn't consider himself a rich European with obligations to the rest of the world. He considers himself a poor victim of communism that the world still owes.
This is one of Poland's 11 refugee centers in the northeast city of Białystok. In total, these centers house about 1,500 people, not a lot for a country of 38 million. Here, most of the refugees are either from Ukraine or Chechnya. They receive an allowance of around €50 a month, plus free Polish lessons and health and dental care. For this man, Poland is filled with Solidarność, but it also helps that his wife's father and grandfather were Polish.
We came from Ukraine 8 months ago when there was a difficult situation in Ukraine. When there were gun battles, when people died. Our 3 daughters were living in the cellar. And after all these events, we decided to move out of Mariupol and come to Poland.
I miss my home because it's very far away. But here it's better. There's no war, and here they give us more money than there.
While there is a tacit agreement that Ukrainians assimilate more easily due to their historic and religious ties to Poland, there's also a large number of Chechens who are Muslim. Poland has made it no secret that it will help those who have suffered in former Soviet bloc countries.
We came from Chechnya 3 years ago, 2.5 years ago. My husband was beaten, our son had disappeared, and we didn't know where he was.
Later, she discovered her son was dead.
Here, we feel a bit more free. We like the culture and the respect people have for each other and for us.
Over the years, Poland has welcomed some 80,000 Chechen refugees, but most have moved west. Akhmet Tashev has stayed. He directs this dance group made up of young Chechen refugees, a group so successful that they made it to the finals of Poland's Got Talent. So if Poland is so respectful and welcoming, why has it agreed to only accept 7,000 refugees over the next 2 years? Part of the reason could be just lack of experience or the means.
If the same social conditions that exist in Germany or in France or in other Western...
For a country long known as one of emigration, the irony is not lost on some.
These refugees are people with children, entire families who are fleeing the war. They're saving their lives, just like the Polish did, not only during wars, but also during martial law. They fled from Poland. They searched for a place where they could lead a peaceful life, and that's what the refugees are doing, in the same way.
Chechen refugees, a group so successful that they made it to the finals of Poland's Got Talent. So if Poland is so respectful and welcoming, why has it agreed to only accept 7,000 refugees over the next 2 years? Part of the reason could be just lack of experience or the means.
If the same social conditions that exist in Germany or in France or in other Western countries existed here in Poland, then I believe the Polish would gladly welcome and integrate more refugees.
But others point to fear of the unknown. Poland is the most homogeneous country in Europe. It's 96% ethnic Polish and 94% Roman Catholic. And there is concern, unfounded or not, that extremists could infiltrate the thousands of refugees seeking shelter in Europe. Miriam Shaded is half Polish and half Syrian. She runs a foundation which has brought in 55 Syrian Christian families to Poland. While half of them have gone on to Germany for better living and social conditions, she still says her mission has been a success.
Each family was adopted by the society, by churches, by people of goodwill. So they helped them over here to find a job, to integrate. Nobody wants to help the people who just come over here and can be a threat even to Polish people like Islamists, because if somebody is hiding their documents and you know that Islam is trying to force their religion on Christians over there, and you can assume that they're going to do it as well over here within Europe.
With this type of fear of the unknown, there's little doubt Europe's refugee debate is far from over.